Hello and welcome back. My name is Christopher Smith, founder of ZIT Fit Club, and welcome to ZIT Fit TV, another one of my short, fast and effective lunchtime workouts. So today we're going to be doing a beginner workout, hence the red t-shirt. We're going to start with a 5-minute warm-up and then I will talk you through the main set. So it's really important you get your body nice and warm before we get going. If you've got any injuries, then take your time. If you're new to this and you've got any medical conditions, please consult your doctor before you get involved. Okay, so we're going to start with a nice light warm-up. As I said, it's a beginner workout. There are a few more challenging things going on in the workout, but I will explain that when we get there. Okay, so slight bend in your knees and then big circles going around, just mobilizing your shoulders. So spinning around and going backwards with that same arm. So we're going to spend 5 minutes warming up. And then at the end of that 5-minute warm-up, I'll explain what it's going to be. Okay, I'm swapping over. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Remember, always focus on technique first and speed second. So look after your bodies. Okay, little circles going around. Hula hoop challenge. Just going around one direction, just mobilizing your hips. And then round the other way, same again, little circles. Just take your time with this, you don't have to do big circles, just nice and easy. Okay, slight bend in your knees, lift your arms up like you're under a rest. Okay, slight bend and then rotate your upper body round to the side, back to the centre, and then round the other way. Try and keep your hips locked in position. So you're focusing on turning your spine on its axis. Your knees and your hips shouldn't move. If you notice, mine are locked in position. Okay, have a little jog on the spot. Just get the feet moving. So the idea of this is we're going to get the heart rate up. We're going to into a chest press, so into a mid-air push-up. So we're replicating some of the movements we're going to be doing in the main set. So we're preloading the muscles, doing a dynamic stretch, trying to work around the body so the body's all fired up and ready to go. Okay, shoulder press up towards the sky, reaching up. So above the head. Okay, and then take your feet a little bit further apart, slight bend in your knees, and you're going to swing your arms across your body this time. So stretching out your chest and your back. So you should feel a bit of a pull here where the chest muscle meets the humerus, the arm bone. Okay, kicking your bottom. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then spin around. Now you can either jog or just do a fast march. Do a fast march if this is your first session and you feel like you're not quite ready to get a bit of speed up yet. We're not going fast at this stage. Just warming up those hip flexors, getting the calves activated, getting the heart rate up. Keep going for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, widen your legs so you're in this position. Then you're going to transfer your weight across from one side. So all I'm doing here is bending my knee and pushing my bottom backwards. And I should feel a pull here. I'm keeping it moving, I'm keeping it dynamic. So I come across one side and then over to the other. So as soon as you feel a pull in your inside legs, swap over to the other side. So sitting back. Okay, now we're going to increase that stretch, but I want you to come down very, very slow and controlled. So brace your abdominal muscles, come down. You're trying to protect your back. And then a bit of thoracic rotation, so round one way, over to the other. You don't have to touch your foot, so don't worry about that. Maybe that you can only just do small ones. Also increasing the stretch through your inside legs, and you might feel that into your hamstring as well a little bit. So getting that nice rotation. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bracing your abs, come up. That's important you do that, otherwise you're overloading your back. Okay, sitting down into squats. So sit down, push up. sit down, push. So sit down, drive up using your glutes, okay? Imagine there's a chair behind you and you're parking your bottom on the chair. That's 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, from there now, take your feet from shoulder width. You're going to bend your knees. So you're going to bend your knees and I want you to crawl out like a monkey. Okay, keeping your knees and your hips stable, okay? So crawl out to this position. Okay, apply a bit of pressure, so push down into the ground like you're trying to push the ground away from you. Now you should feel your abs switch on. Also your chest muscles should feel that around the backs of your arms. Now do 10 hill climbs, so we're trying to activate those abdominal muscles. So 3, 4, going up to 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, drop down onto your knees, cross your ankles over, okay, wrists underneath your shoulders, eyes looking forward. You're just going to come halfway down and back up to preload the chest muscles, triceps, chest. So coming down and up. Keep your chin tucked in, lead with the chest. 3, 4, 5, 6, just halfway, 7 or just a few inches, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, back to push-up position. So you're here and now you're going to crawl back in. So crawl back in onto your heel, watch out for the toy Wendy house and stand in there. Okay, feet together, jumping jacks for 10 seconds. Okay, so you're going to go out and in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, last bit of the warm-up. Grab hold of your knee, bring it all the way up to the chest. So stretching the muscles around your kneecap, also those deeper hip flexors. Knee up and then swap. Okay, so grab hold of your other knee all the way up and swap. Remember, don't worry if there's anything you can't do. There will be things you won't be able to do as well as other things. So just pick some things out that you need to work on, and you can always practice those in your own time. I know you're all diligent students. Okay, knee up, and one more of those, and stop in there. Okay, that is the end of the warm-up. Okay, so as mentioned before, this is a beginner workout. It's workout 34 on Zipfit TV. Round 1, I'm going to be doing 4 exercises to get the heart rate elevated, working around the upper body. So doing 4 exercises, 30 seconds on, so that's 30 seconds of work with a 30-second rest. Okay, you're going to have to listen for the beeps. So if you can't hear me speaking, listen for the beeps as to when, so you know when to start and stop. Round 2 is going to be more of a static pose, and we're going to be challenging you a bit more today. So we're going to be holding that pose for quite a long time. I'm going to talk you through technique quite a bit as well there. And then we come back to another round of 4 cardiovascular exercises. Okay, so round 1, we've got lateral jumps, and I just want you to do small jumps here. So you're just going to do little jumps side to side. Okay. If you want to make that a bit harder, jump further and higher, so bring the knees up towards the chest. Second exercise, squats. Okay, I'm just going to run through these quite quickly, and then you're going to come down into hill climbers, and I want you to take your time with this one because we're really focusing on technique, not speed right now. And then the last exercise you're going to do is clock. So you're going to be going in, out, visiting all 4 points of the clock. Okay, so that's going to get you started. So lateral jumps to begin with. Going in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So little jump side to side. Okay. Just focus on both feet landing at the same time. Brace your abdominals ever so slightly. Just little jumps. You can go even smaller than that if you need to. If you want to make that harder, just do slightly bigger jumps and get the knees a bit higher. So it's important we work around our bodies. Okay, you've got 30 seconds rest. Moving on to squats. Toes in line, going in another 20 seconds. When you do your squat, imagine there's a chair behind you and you're going to sit down into the squat like so, and then actively think, or consciously think about using your bottom muscles to push you back up. Try not to lift your toes up. So you're doing this for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. So drop down, push. Drop down, push. So feet about shoulder width. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So working your quads and your bottom muscles, driving from the heel, coming down and up. So I'm giving you 30 seconds in between each exercise just to allow you to get into position. Okay, you're coming down now onto your knees. We've got hill climbers. Okay, so wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Okay, eyes just looking slightly forward. Then you're going to do a pelvic tilt. So you're going to sway one way like that. Okay, that's one extreme. The other way, that's the other extreme. And then find a mid position between those two. Then you set your legs back. So getting ready. 3, 2, 1, and go. So knee in, knee out. So apply pressure. Push down into the ground. Don't worry if you can't hold this for the full 30 seconds. It's quite a tough exercise from your chest and shoulders and triceps. There's lots going on here. So, depending on what your fitness levels are like, you might find this one of the more challenging ones we do today. So, coming in and out, keep those hips locked. Okay, and stopping there. Okay, moving on to clock. So imagine you're standing in the middle of a clock or a compass. Feet shoulder width. You're going to jump forwards like so, in, to the side, in, back, in, left, in. Okay, so going in 10 seconds. Try to make sure your feet land in the same position all the time, so they land together. 3, 2, 1, and go. So forwards, side, back, left, forwards, side, back, left. You might also be recovering from an injury if you feel like you've got a higher level of fitness than this and you want something a little bit lighter to come back to rather than jumping in for the advanced workouts. And for some of you this might be the start of your fitness journey, in which case you need to take your time and ease into this and start to build up slowly. Okay, so now we're going to work on a core exercise for 1 minute, round 2. For 1 minute I'm going to do static push-up, or they may call this plank in Pilates. So you're going to be back down into position. I want you to really focus on your technique here. So wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Okay, from there, sway one way, sway the other way. Try and find a mid position between those two. Then you're going to set your legs back to here, hold that position and apply some pressure. Push down into the ground like you're trying to push the ground away from you. Okay, we're going to do this for 1 minute. If you feel your lower back starting to give, it's really important you stop and rest, or modify the exercise by dropping to your knees. Okay, so getting ready. Going in 3, 2, 1 and go. So leg back, so eyes looking slightly forward, and apply pressure, push into the ground like you're trying to push the ground away from you. So hold that position. Now you should feel this up by the back of the rib cage, at the top under your shoulder blades. This activates a muscles called your serratus anterior, and they protract your shoulder blades to bring them in towards your chest wall. You should also feel this through your abdominal muscles. So apply pressure. If your back starts to dip, make sure you stop. Try and keep your bottom lifted. Okay, 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, good stuff. Moving on to round 3. So now round 3, we've got jumping jacks. Okay, going out and in. Second exercise is monkey march. Third exercise, push up on your knees. And the fourth exercise, lateral hops. Okay, so we've got jumping jacks to start with. Feet together, eyes looking forward. 3, 2, 1, and go. So out and in. Clapping your hands at the top, eyes at the bottom. So keep working. So notice we're working around the body, not just always working in one plane of motion. 30 seconds of work, then I'll talk you through technique for the next exercise. Okay, stop in there. Okay, monkeys, like we did in the warm-up actually. So I've already kind of taught you through this. Bend your knees, you're going to crawl forward, keeping your hips locked in position. You crawl out to here, okay, you get to that position. You crawl back in, onto your heels, stand up. At this stage, to really try and keep, well, at all stages, keep your hips as stable as you can. Try not to move your hips. That way you're going to feel a bit more abdominal activation. 2, 1, and go. So drop, crawl forward, take your time. Focus on which muscles you're supposed to be using. Okay, crawl back in. Pushing from the heel of the hand. Try and get onto the heel, and then stand using your bottom muscles. Drop down again, crawl forward, get to here, crawl back in, and stand. Drop down. Okay, let's finish this one off. So not too many of those, that's fine, we're just getting used to it. Okay, now we're going to push-ups on your knees. So you're going to drop down into push-up position again. Again, do your pelvic tilt if you can. So sway one way, sway the other way, mid-position. And you're going to walk forward so you're on the top part of your knees. Now notice with this one, my body and my legs come down at the same time, even if it's only down a few inches. Okay, and we're off. So down and up. Down and up. So try and breathe in as you come down. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So the reason you're breathing out on the way up is to contract those deeper abdominal muscles. So in, in. So good work. God, this is going by quickly, these 30 seconds. Okay, then moving on to lateral hops. This exercise is very, very good for building up stability around your ankles and hips. Doesn't matter what level of fitness you are. Try and incorporate some of this into your workout. It's good for it's good functional exercise. So you're going to hop from one side over to the other. Now you can do small ones just while you're getting used to it. If you've got any ankle injuries and you're recovering from those, it's a good exercise to try if you're ready for it. Do check that with your physio. Okay, coming across. So pushing from the heel. Focus on how you land. Start small to begin with, and then as you get a bit of confidence, as you move into intermediate and advanced workouts, you can start to work and get in a bit more height and distance. So always start with the basics and get yourself a good level of fitness and stability before you move on. Okay, stopping that one. Now today you might have been doing side plank on your knees. I want you to try and move away from that today if you can. But if you feel like you can't hold the position, forget it, just go back to doing it on your knees until you can. Or an alternative is come up into full side plank, hold it for a short amount of time, 5-10 seconds, and then drop to your knee. Okay, so you're going to start with your elbow directly underneath your shoulder. Check that out, that's a straight line here. Transferring your weight through your forearm. Okay, one foot on top of the other, or you can do a scissor stance if you want to. Okay, you're going to drive your hips up, okay? Keep your chest open, keep your head back. Okay, ready? 30 seconds on each side. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and lift. Off we go. So you can put your arm by your side if that's easier for you, or put your arm up in the air, head back, engage your abs. Now you should be feeling this around your shoulder, because the muscles around your shoulder having to stabilize you in this position. Also, I'm hoping you're feeling this down the side here. So we're working on supporting muscles down the side of your spinal column. So hold in there for another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop in there. Okay, over to the other side. Remember, it's not a failure to drop to your knees, especially if you're coming up here. Don't push on through if you're losing technique. Just each time you do this, try and build on it each time. Programs are supposed to be progressive. They're not supposed to be just you go from here to here very, very quickly. You're just setting yourself up for an injury. Okay, so you're in this position. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and lift. See, I'm in the wrong position there. Okay, wrists above your shoulder, head back, engage your abs. So hold in there. Squeeze your abdominal muscles and just hold there for 30 seconds. So pushing your hips up. You're at 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Well done. Okay, I hope you're still with me on this. Hope you're enjoying the workout. We're moving on to round 5, so not too far to go now. Got round 5 and round 6, and then we stop and stretch. Okay, so next round. For this one, I want you to give this a go today. I want you to really try and hit it quite hard and fast on your high knees. Then we're going to move on to modified burpee, back extension, so working the back, and then ladder climbs. Okay, so I have given you the option to do this, and you are welcome to do that if you can't do anything else right now. Otherwise, I want you to try and get a bit of speed up today and really start to get into a slightly faster sprint. Okay, so getting ready. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. 3, 2, 1, and go. So power those arms and legs nice and fast. Okay, if you can, really try and get up a bit of speed there today. Light off the tiptoes. Really try and roll through if you can. Which will make it a tough one. You should be blowing hard at the end of this. 10 seconds to go. There we go. Oh, that definitely works, doesn't it? Okay, so moving on to modified burpee next. Now you can go on to, so you're going to be in this position, hands go down, legs goes back, leg goes back, leg in, leg in. You can, if you want, go out in stand, okay? And off we go. So down, out, out, leg in, stand up. Down, out, alternate legs, that's it, out, in, stand. So this is for all those people that hate burpees. This is a brilliant place to start. One more of those, coming down, leg back, sorry, leg in, stand up. Okay, back extensions. I'm still blowing from the high knees, I'm sure you are. Okay, so lying down on your front. Important to work your back as well as your abs. You don't want to end up with a postural imbalance. And this is a good one to do when you've no equipment. So you're lying here, legs together, squeeze your abdominal muscles, eyes looking slightly forward, lift your arms up, and you're lifting your back. So squeeze your abs and roll down. So lower down, slow and control. Try to keep a grip of your abs. You don't want to hyperextend through your lower back. So working your back muscles. Okay, ladder climbs. Now again, there are ways of progressing this exercise, ways of modifying. I'm going to give you a slightly easier version today. So you're here and I just want you to do little movements up and down. The main focus, keep your hips locked in position. Try not to twist. Okay, so it's just little movements up and down. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. So because you're doing smaller movements, it's less likely your hips will move from side to side. So just little movements up and down. Try and keep going, pumping those arms and legs. Light off the tiptoes, still gets the heart rate up. Bit of a tougher round this one. 2, 1, and stopping there. Okay, and we're going to finish today on what I consider to be one of the best exercises around for anybody, well actually for anybody. But this is particularly good for people who are sitting in offices all day long. It's bridge, and if you've ever done Pilates before, or yoga, or you've done PT, or even it's incorporated in lots of different classes, so it's not an unusual exercise. But what makes this particularly good is that it does so many things. It's great for spinal flexibility, it's good for pelvic stability, because it's working the glutes, it's getting the abdominal muscles working, and it's also an active stretch of your hip flexors, which become incredibly short and tight when you're sitting at your desk. So, and it's very, very safe because your shoulders are back, so it also relaxes the muscles in your trapezius, so here. So there's loads and loads of stuff going on with this one. I love this exercise, it's quite relaxing, which is why I'm going to do this one for 1.5 minutes. So make sure your ankles, your knees and your hips are in line. Relax your shoulders, see you here, and then you're just going to do a little pelvic tilt to start with. Don't push it back hard into the ground, just very, very slightly. Okay, and then you're going to roll like so, up to the top, squeeze your glutes at the top, and then roll down one vertebrae at a time. Okay, take your time with this, focus on the roll through your spine, don't go berserk with it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. So, slight tilt, squeeze your lower abs and roll up off the floor, slow and controlled. Okay, so you're here, and then you're going to come down one vertebrae at a time. So you come down, lower back, bottom on the way up, pushing from the heel, rolling up off the floor, bottom, lower back, rib cage, shoulder blades, and then come down. So take your time. Again, focus on the technique, and then when you're ready, you can move on to some more advanced stuff. God, it's amazing looking up at these clouds. Very relaxing exercise. If you've got any stiffness and tightness in your back, you may feel this a little bit. It should ease off after a few reps. Remember, you're pushing from the heel, you want to try and work those glute muscles. These muscles here, your bottom muscles, become very, very lazy when you're sitting at your desk, and they are the biggest muscle group in the body, so they play a really important role and in pelvic stability. It's important you use them whatever sport you're doing. Often it's related to posture. Okay, where we're up to. Okay, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, and stopping there. So I talked through technique quite a bit there today, so I hope you enjoyed that. Obviously got the heart rate up. Remember that if you are short on time, as many of us are in today's society, it's important that you try and move around your body to try and create some balance. Don't always work you through one plane of motion. These exercise classes The good ways of building up stability, which you can transfer and use into other sports, because it's all about balance, and it's really important that you get that into your head. Working lots of different muscle groups. If there's anything you're really struggling with, then go and practice it. Go away and give it a go, because it's important that you try and learn these good movement patterns early on, and then when you come to do these later intermediate advanced workouts, you're prepared for it. Your body's able to function working at a faster pace and doing more challenging exercises. Leave me some feedback. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Remember, this is ZipFit TV. Please spread it with spread the word. Get this out to your friends and colleagues, and just make sure you keep moving, folks. It's very, very easy. Just sit down all day and just put off the exercise, but it's going to make you feel brilliant. It's going to get you outside. It's going to get the blood flowing, muscles working. This is what our bodies are designed for. So keep it up. And yeah, thank you for joining me. Oh, don't forget to stretch. There is a link at the end of this workout that says post-workout stretch. Do some stretching afterwards, and enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you again soon. Take care.